All right. Good evening, Chain Gang. How we doing? Just finishing up the last of this design on this inlay. It'll be... Once that's done, then it's filling out the rest of the edging and doing the loops for the rod that'll support it on top. But other than that, it's been a long 20 years since I started this. For anyone wondering what I'm working on, if you're just getting in here, this is my Finnegans Wake inlay. I'm gonna finish this corner down here. And when it's done, it should have somewhere between 30 and 35,000 rings. All right. Okay, I want to copy this section up here to make it mirrored. Alrighty. So, Finnegans Wake was a bar in Alexandria, Louisiana that I frequented many, many years ago. I was stationed at Fort Polk. So I'd gotten deployed. I didn't know, or I didn't go anywhere when I first got to Louisiana. I was deployed to Iraq for a year, got back, and I just spent a year living with and working with everyone in my unit. And so I was stuck in the barracks with everyone that I continued to work with and live with. When we got back, it was oh so much fun seeing everyone all the time for forever. So on the weekends, me and a couple friends would drive to Alexandria, which is like an hour away. Go to the mall and movie theater, grab some dinner, and then we'd end up at this bar called Finnegans Wake. Finnegans Wake is also a book. I've never read it. But I did have a t-shirt from the bar that said Finnegans Wake on it, and someone came up to me and was like, "Oh, you've read that book?" I was like, "Oh, no. I have not." Of course, it's like the one book I haven't read. Actually, that's not true. There's a lot of books I haven't read, but... So, we'd hit the bar and then cross the street at the hotel, stay the night there, and then go back to Fort Polk the next day. So it was a nice little getaway place. And originally when I started this, I had wanted to like make it and then give it to them as a kind of thank you for being there when I needed you, so they could put it up on their wall. But I did not realize what I was getting into when I started this inlay. So it took me a lot longer than perhaps it should have. I did not possess the skills necessary when I started this to actually make this. So it's one of my basement projects that has been sitting around for years and years, and I've been trying to get it done. if you ever plan on making a chainmail inlay, you got to do the prep work, right? That's the best way to ensure that you actually finish the project. And by prep work, I mean having a pattern that you're going to make, knowing how many rings of each color you're going to need. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Using a ring size that is, like, I recommend, if you're going to make an inlay, use a ring size like 18 gauge 5/32. Don't do what I did, which is I thought that European 6-in-1 was going to be a better design choice. I was oh so wrong. And that's just the name of the weave that I'm using. But if you use a ring with an aspect ratio of 3.5, you'll get a 1-to-1 pixel per ring ratio, which is, it's a lot easier to work with. As opposed to this. This is like 1.5 pixels one way and then a half a pixel the other way. So it's really awkward to try and make anything with this ring size. If you're doing, like, there's a bunch of curves in this inlay, right? So a 1 ring to pixel ratio is a lot easier to work with than, say, what I've been trying to do here. Does that make sense? Thank you, Marissa. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you too. All right. Most random thing I've had happen to me today. No, I don't have a Snapchat. You are like 2 seconds away from getting out of here. You could just leave. All right. What am I doing? I don't know. That's the other part of this is, so there was a wow meme. No. Come in and start asking about people's Snapchats. Like, I don't even have to deal with it. Some dude on the other line. Seems we have crazies tonight. Yeah. Yep. Wouldn't be fun if there weren't crazies. How are you, Astrid? Where am I at here? Connecting these two. What have I done here? All right. Yellow. So anyway, how's everyone's weekend? I hope you had a good weekend. I did not have a good weekend. I'm very irritated with the turn of events this weekend. So, how long does it take to make? It's taken me 20 years. But you could probably do this in a whole lot less time if you're smart and not dumb like me. I probably have, like, because it's 2 rings forward, 3 rings back, I probably have 100 more hours into this than it would normally take someone. So it's taken me, I don't know, probably 400 hours. Whereas if I had done the prep work, I wouldn't have had as much issues and it would be done already. but there are 20,000 plus rings in it right now. And so, good trying to get a child. Yes, it's called chainmail. Chainmail is the most commonly used term to describe what I'm doing. So if anyone ever says it's just chainmail's the wrong word, it's mail, M-A-I-L-L-E, which is like the French word for chainmail. Just tell them that they're dumb. The Google search term for what I'm doing is chainmail, and that's the most commonly accepted terminology for what I'm doing. Thank you for the follow. Magenta RV, how you doing? Sorry you had a better weekend. Oh, thanks, Katie. I appreciate it. Life will go on. Nothing detrimental happened, just I was supposed to go to a Blessings of the Bikes, and I didn't end up going. And then I was supposed to receive a large tax return, and they are screwing around with my money, and I'm not happy with them. So, screwing around with my money after increasing the value of my house by 50%, so that I can pay for what? Okay, this is southwestern Wisconsin. Southeastern Wisconsin, in between Milwaukee and Chicago. The only industry here is warehousing, right? They're building a casino, and so we're going to get all the crime that comes with that, right? And so I'm going to get screwed with taxes every year. And then, because I'm a disabled vet, I get my property taxes back every year. So, like, it would be fine if they weren't screwing around. They only gave me a third of what I was supposed to get back. So, we're going to call them tomorrow and... Art de woven rings, yeah. Love the videos, binge most of them the other night. The thermos video? Is that... So I've got a Bubba coffee cup wrapped in chainmail, and I've got a beer growler wrapped in chainmail. So I don't know which one it was, but I like wrapping stuff in chainmail. That doesn't need to be. It creates a nice aesthetic. Even if it makes, like, I think the beer growler weighs like 10 pounds. It's absurd. It's probably not that much, but it feels like a lot. And thank you. I want to make a few more, like, how we use chainmail today kind of videos. Or how we've used it in the past, you know, that's not directly related to people fighting on a battlefield. It is effed up. So I've got the tax assessor's name. I don't think I'm the only one who's going to make a sudden appearance at the city council meeting and start dressing down these people, because there's no, like, actual reason. I understand that inflation's a thing, right? More so than most people. But there's no reason that the value of my house went up 50%. It's because they're getting a casino. Anyway, it's garbage. So... how can they change the amount after the fact? That is a good question. That is what I would like to find out. $80 for your first spool of 10 gauge galvanized steel next week to try stuff? Nice. 10 gauge is a beast. Make sure you got the right pliers. So anyway, I am excited about. Let's see here. Shouldn't be too bad. Hey, as long as you got the right pliers, you can manipulate any size of ring, right? But so, do you guys? I'm sure you guys know who Norse Forged is, right? Big TikTok account, makes blades, awesome stuff. Had some like life problems where he lost his forge and his warehouse and everything. Seems to have made a good recovery, and just had a event, a nerd event for, like, I guess they had like 3,600 people in North Carolina. And they're doing it again this year, right? Now, vending is not normally my thing. I try to stay away from that. Physically moving all of my stuff to a location is probably not something that I'm going to be capable of doing. Right? Like, I could do it, but then I'd be laid out for a week. So but you're going to try to go next year unless you can make it this year. Yeah, so there's a second one this year. It's October. It's in October. That's all I remember. So I will sign up to find out more details later. Right? And because it's like TikTok based, I'm very interested in going and being a vendor there, right? As opposed to other events, right? Like I don't want to go to the harbor market every weekend, you know, over the summer. That doesn't do anything for my print products, right? No one at the harbor market, like, okay, yeah, we have Bristol right here nearby, so a few people will know what chainmail is. I'm much more likely to do well at an event where everyone there plays Dungeons and Dragons and knows what chainmail is, right? Heard they were going to the Bearded Bards for it. I don't know anything about that. I don't know what the Bearded Bards is. So I am hoping if I can wiggle some stuff around, I might be able to figure out a way to go and vend there. I am 14 hours away. So it's going to be a big thing for me to do to add on to everything else I'm doing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I was going to try and scramble and try and make this event when I found out about it last month. But for them to pull in 3,600 people in, I guess this was the 4th event, so next one is the 5th. So it's been going, a few people have been probably going a few times now, right? But it's not like a Renaissance festival that's an established place, you know, and sits empty most of the year. It's just kind of a pop-up event still. So, anyway. I want to go. As a vendor, ideally. I even have a friend in North Carolina who might be interested in attending as a vendor as well, and I will talk with her and maybe see if she wants to. I mean, she'll probably set up her own table and everything. But anyway, Elspeth, how you doing? We'll see how June goes. May was not a good month. The end of May was even worse, and so we'll see how June goes, and that will determine what we can do in the future. If I magically, you know, the big cube that I'm working on, the 8.5-inch cube. If I magically sell that somehow this year without having to put it in a gallery for a high price, that would change things around a little bit. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's been a long day. Yeah. Logo looking good. Almost to just filling. Yes, I am almost to just filling the green around the edges. And with that, I have to kind of be a little... Okay, so across the top here, right, from this edge here, there's 10 rows of green, right? Because I moved this down like 4 rows, right? 5 rows. I moved it down 5 rows. So I've got 5 extra rows of green across the top. I've got this little pile of green here, and this, what remains in this tin here, okay, to use to fill the rest of this in. So we might be like cutting the corners and changing the color of the corners and using those to fill it in. Going round the inlay one layer at a time and removing rings to fill it all in. So I've got that to do, which is going to be pretty time consuming. I do have plenty of black, and I do have another shade of green. Right? This is a very different color. I don't know how well you can tell. You can probably tell more so on the computer. These are 2 very different greens. I don't mind using this green like around the edge, but I want it to be like even and everything. So filling in the green is going to be a task. We'll see. Yeah, it's a completely different shade of green, which is fine. We'll make it work. I'm not going to order any more rings for this project. If it doesn't work, I've got the black, and I got plenty of yellow left, right? So like maybe we'll do 2 rows of yellow, 2 rows of black, take all the green, fill in this section. You know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, almost done with all of the design. I've got some small changes I want to make, but almost done with all of the design, which is cool. I never thought that I would be here. For the longest time, I have just assumed that this project would never be finished, but we're almost there. Seems like a pain. You need to order rings for a possible project for your local SCA group. Yeah, that's the thing too. Lesson learned: if you're going to do an inlay, know how many rings of each color you're going to need. Don't guess. And have a pattern for what you're going to make. Don't freehand it like I've been doing, because freehanding leads to way too much time consumption. 2 rings forward, 3 rings back every time I turn around. And, you know, it just is what it is. That was your last project. Your woman needs attention. Have a good night. Ho, ho, ho. All right, Magenta RV, you have a good one. Ooh. Alrighty. Yeah, I freehanded the Raiders flag I made. Okay, which it came out awesome, but it was the same problem as this, right? 2 rings forward, 3 rings back every time I place a ring, and I had to grind out the whole project, take it apart, put it back together over and over and over again until it was done. And it just took forever, but it actually came out really well. So I'm pretty happy with how this came out. I'm going to change a few things. Like, I don't know if you can really see it, but there's like, it's a straight line and it like curves right in the middle of it. I have a couple of these. I'm going to take all of them out. I'm just going to make them all straight lines and they can curve when they finish. I think it'll look better. So I've got to do that. This knot up here is pretty, it matches the one up top really well. But the two on the side, they don't match. So I'm going to finagle those a little bit and see if I can't get them to look good. And then once I'm done with that, we'll fill it all in and put the loops up top for the rod. See here, what's today? The 27th? 4 days left of this month. If I can finish this in the next 4 days, like done, then I will be a very happy person because I want to get back to the big cube for June. I want to knock that out. Most of that's already done. That's going to be fun to put together. I just hope it comes out. It's one of those things that it's kind of a harebrained idea. Wasn't sure if it would work. One thing I will do though is if I ever have to have a blackened material ever again, I'm not going to get the blackened stainless from the Ring Lord. Right? I cleaned it up and like it's black-ish. Let's see here. Right? We'll see how it looks up against the regular stainless. It's more of a dark gray, right? So it'll work. It'll be fine. Thank you for the share. Appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. Someone suggested that I try and blacken stainless steel rings myself, and so I was looking up recipes for blackening stainless steel. And basically you take motor oil, dump everything in the motor oil, and then stick it in the oven at 400 degrees for like an hour or something. Right? I don't really feel like putting motor oil in my oven in my house, and I don't have a burner for that sort of thing. So I'm gonna pass on that one. I would like an outside burner. Like what are they called? You know, the propane burners that you put your oil for the turkey, right? When you deep fry turkey, one of those propane burners. I would like one of those for turkeys. I don't know what else I could use it for, but I'm sure I can find something. It's in my Amazon cart. Any place to get Pride Flag ring sets other than Chainmail Joe or buying individual? I would have no idea. Like, is there a kit out there specific for Pride? As far as I know, everyone puts their stuff together themselves. Though, that would probably be a really good kit to have on your website if you are a ring manufacturer for the month of June. So, but no, none that I'm aware of. That's the thing too, is there are at least 15 chainmail suppliers, chainmail ring suppliers, right? I've ordered from 3, right? And part of that's because I'm poor, but the other part is that I have all these rings for projects that I never finished down here in the basement, so that's a big part of the reason why I want to get through all this stuff down here, so that I can go and order rings from different suppliers. I would like to do a video contrasting and comparing and contrasting different ring manufacturers. You got Pride Flag commissions coming up in June for Pensick. Right on. Right on. It's like I didn't get a commission, but I did make a sale last week of a bracelet, one of my skull bracelets. So that was nice. Haven't sold much else, but most of the stuff I make isn't for sale anyway. Oh, so I've got a video going viral right now, okay, of this cube, right? And in the video, I give them the equation for a cube, 6n cubed plus 9n squared plus 3n, right? That'll give you, if you have it so that, like, this will have 19 and a half rows when it's done. I won't finish the 20th row because I want it, you know, I want it to look a certain way around the edge, right? So I gave, you know, the equation for what I was doing. 2 people in the video, right? And like every other comment again is 16 times 16 times 16 is 4,037 or whatever the number is, right? You can say you like the metal scales from We've Got Mail and glow scales from the Ring Lord. Right on. Connor, how you doing? Never seen this before. It's super sick. Thank you. Chainmail's awesome. It's one of... No, it is. It is my favorite thing in the whole world. Which is why I spend all of my time doing it and ignoring my family. You can make anything you want with chainmail. Pretty much. Just, you know, like everything, you got to get your skills up, but it's fun to make, it's fun to play with. You can get as complicated with it as you want, or as simple as you want. I love this stuff. Even though I'm moaning about this freaking inlay and how long it's taken me. It is time consuming. But at the end of all that time, you'll have something cool. Did I tell you guys about the other creator on TikTok? I think it's Mad Fox Metals or something. Came across him, and he was weaving with enormous garage door opener springs, right? Making something to be dragged behind a vehicle. I was like, heck yeah. I saw him go live right before I did. Mac, how you doing? You hope I had a great weekend. I did not. But thanks. Am I almost done? Yeah, I am. Finally. This little section that I'm doing right here, once these 2 yellow spots touch, then like all of the design will be done. And it's just a matter of filling it in. Well, that sucks. Hope this week is better. I hope this week is better too, because I'm going to make some people wish they had never been born once I get done talking to them. So, and don't worry, these are people that deserve to feel that way. They should naturally feel that way. But yeah. Well, there goes my dog. My old dog, right? He's an old Chihuahua Beagle mix street dog from San Antonio. And he likes to harass the corgi while the corgi's in his pen. And it's not a pen, it's like a toddler cage, right? So the corgi like can just push the pen around a few feet. But the older dog will antagonize the corgi, and the corgi, being an intact male, will mark right in the corner where the mudroom door is, right as I come up the stairs from the basement. And multiple times today I've come up there and there's just a big old pee spot, and I can hear it, that exact same thing playing out right now. Corgi's going after the older dog, and then he's going to mark his territory, and I'm going to go and have pee to clean up. Story of my life. And I know what you're thinking. Can't you train the dog to stop peeing in the house? We have tried. So, anyway. He is getting better, but I know what's happening right now. I can hear it. All right. So anyway, yeah. So I mentioned earlier about vending for the Norse Forged event down in North Carolina, right? And if I do that, I might try and do some more vending. Why is he in the pen? Because he's a puppy, and he is not house trained adequately. He's still quite destructive. Like, chews on stuff that he shouldn't chew on. So we're going to get him clipped and then get one of the... There's a couple trainers that'll come to your house and help you train your dog. What a butthole. Spelling not to get flagged? Yeah. Okay. Alright. Last ring. Not really, but like for this part. Come on. There we go. Alrighty. Dun da da da. Drum roll, please. Okay, there it is. Top to bottom. Right. Right to left. For those on all the other platforms, there's the bottom not work there. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? All right. You want to see the other side? That's what it looks like on the back. You can actually read it. I have like several hundred hours into this at this point. All right, awesome. Looks fantastic. Thank you. Your aunt's cat does the same thing? Yeah, it's super frustrating. You counted out the scales you'll need for your shirt. 6,005 at least. Right on. Okay, so let's see here. This is the section that I was talking about where there's like the line curves in the original image, but it doesn't really look good, so I'm going to remove this. I'm going to make it straight. It is European 6-in-1. Not a weave I recommend for doing inlays, but all right, so I'm just going to sit here and straighten these out. Come on. It'll just take a minute. These are like as seen on TV kind of armrests. I added the original foam pad came off, and so I put some leather on there. Right? So I stamped some chainmail and some leather and glued it on, but put a leather pad there as well. Leather pad there. It's hard for inlay, but the details are so much cleaner. I mean, I don't happen to agree to that. I think European 4-in-1, where one ring equals 1 pixel with the right ring size, is a better recipe than using European 6-in-1 at all. You can use any weave you want to make an inlay, right? People make inlays with dragon scale. They make inlays with hoodoo hex, right? It all just depends on what they want to do, right? But for me, after several projects of using European 6-in-1 as a base for an inlay, I'm done. If I make any more inlays, it'll be a 1-to-1, 1 pixel, 1 ring, European 4-in-1 style. So, but, you know, to each their own, for sure. Like this, doing this is just driven me nuts. So alright, so did you say you sold? I sold one of my skull bracelets. I've got like 5 of them. 4 of them now. 4 left. And they might, the individual is getting it for Father's Day, so they might, there is another one that she liked for herself. So, we'll see. No, not the one I usually wear. I've got a whole stack of bracelets that I made to, if I ever end up doing an event, I just, I have that pile to have stock from, right? So, hang on. Excuse me. Oh, choking on air. Damage, how you doing? Alright, where was I? Yeah, so I have a pile of bracelets that I made a while back. I've got a few more to make. I've got some necklaces that I want to make. All, because that's what chainmail artists do. They make a lot of jewelry. And where I don't want to be making the same thing over and over again for every weekend to be vending somewhere, I do want to have stuff for sale. People make purchases occasionally. Do I have a new dyno goal? I don't know. I don't think it's changed. I didn't set one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's the coolest one you have that you've seen. But if you did a booth at TRF or something, you definitely stop by and get something. I have done a booth at TRF. Kind of. I had a bunch of stuff on commission at a booth at TRF. The Goblin King, I think it was called. A friend of mine rented it out because the owner was not going to be there. And I helped provide stock for his setup. And it ended up not working out well. But I made a little money. And actually, there were a few people involved in helping to provide stock for that year. This was years ago. And one of them just popped back up in one of the chainmail groups I'm in. I was like, oh, I know you. Thank you. Thank you, Damage. So... Alright. That was a long, long time ago, but I did the opportunity only rose 1 year, right? And then the next year, when I went back to Texas Renaissance Festival, I saw people wearing some of the stuff that I had sold. So that was pretty cool. Damage, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for all the hearts and... What is that one? Team bracelet. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It's like, I know the people who run Rogue Mail, the chainmail booth here at Bristol Renaissance Festival. I'm good friends with them. Captain Fuzzybeard pops in occasionally, and he helps run that booth, actually. But I would never want to do it myself. Not with chainmail, right? It's like, I can handle making a small amount of chainmail items per year for an event. But not enough to run a Renaissance Festival, you know, a multi-weekend event. Come on. Alright. Sorry, it's not technical, it's just trying to make sure I don't screw it up. Alright. I think if I just go down one by one, it won't be too bad. So, I've got at least 2 of these to do, maybe 4, I don't know. But I'm just making it so that it doesn't have this awkward movement. Trying to make it a little smoother. I think it'll look better. All right. So, events I do want to vend at, like, if I ever get the opportunity, there is an Irish festival and Highland Games somewhere near me. I don't know enough about them. Or what it costs to vend there. But I think I would do well at those 2 types of events. So I need to get my button gear and try and start doing that. All right. Mad Fox Metals, how you doing? How is your, I want to call it a drag chain. How is your large project coming along? Okay, this is not working. Keep screwing this up. Let me just remove the whole thing. You're great. Good, good. Joe Mofo, how you doing? Okay. Your chainmail dragnet is going fine. Getting heavy. There you go. Right on. What ring size do you think that is? Those are like 4-inch rings. Like 2 gauge 4-inch rings. 2.5-inch diameter. Excuse me. It weighs 65 pounds right now. That's awesome. Excuse me. All right. And is it, are we leveling ground with that thing? What are we dragging? Gravel roads? Good. Glad to see this art coming back into style. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's actually one of the reasons why I stream chainmail, right? Is there are a lot of people who would love to make stuff like this, right? They would get a lot of enjoyment out of it, but they have no idea that it even exists as a thing, and that there's like a whole network that's been built up by chainmail artists over the years, as far as suppliers and groups and forums and tutorials and materials, and so it's like I am trying to spread the good word of the divine ring. Okay. The big chainmail booth in the white building with all the bells and such won't be there anymore. Last year was there. Last year attending. Is that Lord Randolph's chainmail booth? Because that's what that sounds like. That was the person that had an issue with my friends selling chainmail, right? And so that is why my friend did not get to go back and do it the next year, from what I understand. I've met Lord Randolph online, and he's... basically, it was a tirade of him just accusing everyone of stealing all of his ideas. And I've seen his chainmail, and it's not, like, anything to write home about. And he's an ass. He's not someone I would want to be around ever. So, got to keep the language clean. Last stream, TikTok had me marked up for hate speech and something else. It's like, I think they caught me talking poorly about the corgi, I think is what happened. But it was funny. So I have to mind my P's and Q's and not say stuff that could get me flagged. Which, all the different platforms I'm on, I have to be pretty careful, to be honest. Yeah, it's pretty basic. No special weaves or anything. Right. It's all very beginner. And so for him, who's, done a lot of chainmail, right? I don't begrudge him that truth. If you put 12 rings together and then claim that other people stole your idea after one look at it, okay, let me put it like this. Where's a piece of foreign one? This is European foreign one, right? One ring goes through, or every ring has 4 rings going through it, right? It's a very simple weave. It's a very historical weave, right? It's been around for over 1,000 years, 1,500 years. Yeah, they'll get you for lots of BS, yeah. Okay? It's very fun to make. It's fun to make garments and bikinis and coifs, all loincloths, whatever, banana hammocks. I don't make those, but I've seen them, okay? It's fun to make stuff out of this, but at the end of the day, this is just basic, okay? This is complex, okay? This is like... Okay, this is pretty simple. If you know what you're doing and you're a chainmail artist, you look at it and you understand what's going on. And it's time-consuming and involved, but it is really very simple with layers of complexity added to it, right? But this is 10 times more complex than anything you'll find at Lord Randolph's booth. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's like, there are a lot of, I don't know, conflicts in the chainmail community over who came out with the weave first. I wouldn't even say it's a conflict. It's kind of, you know, two people who designed the same weave. Arguing over who came up with it first, right? European Form one, normal standard weave, yeah. As, you know, it's usually one of the first weaves you learn. Like in my case, it was one of the first weaves I learned. Because I saw my uncle making it, and it was just the first one I looked up, and I thought it was amazing. And I've been doing it every day, nearly, not every day, but a lot of days, since I was 14. So, you can't claim that something made out of foreign one is your idea and get mad about it. Well, yeah, not just that, right? But there's no complexity to the design of what you're making. It's all just very plain stuff. So, and I've seen how he behaves online when other people make chainmail, and it's just absurd. So, I'd love to go back and visit Texas Renaissance Festival. I'd love to go back and visit Texas. That was like the fair, like my first Renaissance Festival was Maryland Renaissance Festival. And then I moved to Texas, and Texas kind of became my home fair for a while. I tried to go like every year. And now I'm up here, and I live like 15 minutes. The problem with Texas Renaissance Festival is it's out by Houston. It's north of Houston. And so I lived in San Antonio, so it was a 4-hour drive to get out there. And, which I was fine with. Take camping equipment and camp overnight and whatnot. But Bristol is so close. I'm going to take an Uber there with my kid this summer. I'm not even going to take a car. Gonna get someone else to drive me. So I feel a little spoiled. Alright, let's take a look at how that looks here in a second. You live in Conroe, so Texas Renaissance Festival is real close. Right on. I probably have driven by your house. Because I've gone to that fair from Louisiana, so heading west, and then from San Antonio heading east, so if you live close, I'm probably driven by. As far as which fair is the best, right? TRF, Texas Renaissance Festival, is a huge moneymaker. They have a ton of vendors. Maryland, they had a bunch of vendors, but they also had a bunch of shows to watch. A bunch of entertainment, right? You can't see it all in one day. And Bristol, it's kind of midway in between entertainment and shops. Alright, let's see how that looks. Oh, I think that looks much better. Yeah. Kind of a pain to have to take that out and then put it back one row down, but I would like to attend other Renaissance festivals and just kind of see what goes on in them. I guess there is a documentary about the Texas Renaissance Festival that's come out. You just saw the pumpkin you made with your logo? That's awesome, yeah. TRF's huge and a lot going on. The fireworks are really cool too. But Scarborough is smaller, cheaper, not as many people, so they're both great for different reasons. Yeah. Haven't been to Scarborough. I've been to Sherwood. That is the other Renaissance Festival I've been to. There was almost nothing there when I went to Sherwood for the first time. But I had some friends in town and we were like, screw it, let's go. It was fun. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with Bristol. I like it. I'll go most, I haven't gone the last 2 years, so I'm going to try and get out there this year. Alright, now, the question is, how many of those do I have? That one, and this one up here. Alright. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? So, up, like right here, okay? Where it changes rows, right? I did that down here, right over here, and now it looks, I think it looks much better, right? So that's what I'm doing. We're gonna fix all of those. All right. Get out of my way. Yeah, I think it looks better too. Young and inexperienced when I started this, and my ideas aren't always the best. So I'll knock those out. We'll fill the green in as best I can. Make the loops on top for the curtain, or for the rod, the curtain rod. And then it'll be all done. I need to find some, I went looking for hooks, some decorative hooks to mount this on the wall. And I really didn't see anything I liked. So everything that was like 4-leaf clover wall hook looked really crappy. Funny story about a 4-leaf clover. I had a 4-leaf clover belt buckle, right? While I was in the military, I was in civilian clothes at a mandatory fun day. Like, the creator, Austin, I forget his last name. username is Mandatory Fun Day. He's a guy in the military. So Mandatory Fun Days are a thing in the military where they force you to get out of the barracks and go attend an event. And they'll have like pizza and drinks, like no alcohol. And you're supposed to bring your family, and it's like you get to know the unit. And for me, I lived with everyone that I worked with, and I saw them every day, and at no point in time did I want to spend any more time with them than necessary. So it was not a fun thing. Where's I going with this? I was saying something. Something about something. I have completely lost my train of thought. Oh well. What pliers are those? Your Hobby Lobby ones aren't cutting it, and the Ringlord ones you have teeth. These are Xuron 483s. They're like 20 bucks a pair. I'd buy them all day long, every day. Where are we at here? What time is it? 9:44. Where do you buy them from? You can grab them off Amazon. I was actually in Hobby Lobby the other day. What was I looking for? I was looking for something. It was... Oh, I know. I was looking for a 2.5-inch craft ring for my logo piece that I made. XURON. If you have the Mailworks app, right in the tools section, it lists a bunch of Xurons. And if you buy from there, if you click on the link in the app, it'll take you to Amazon. And if you buy, Amazon will pay me. I've made 81 cents from that feature so far. This ring is a little too pale. Okay. Where am I at? Oh, here's the thing. I made it over 10,000 followers, right? So I'm very happy about that. And I went to go try and find like where the stream key would be. Like I was trying to get to 10,000 followers so that I could get a stream key so that I could have one chat room with everybody in it, and we could just stream to multiple platforms. But I can't find it, so I'm kind of irritated. Like, I have all the qualifications to get a stream key, but I don't have one. So I don't know what that's about. Kind of frustrating, not gonna lie. 483s are the ones I'm using. Okay. So maybe, okay, so yeah, I don't have the stream key. I don't know why. Maybe I need to contact TikTok and see what's going on. Maybe they just need a, a reminder email. We'll see. We got 10 minutes. This should be just enough time for me to finish this. And then a couple more tomorrow. And I don't intend to spend a lot of time like making this perfect. I'm going to finesse up. I'm going to make it look a little bit nicer. Because the knots on top and bottom match pretty well, but these two don't. So I'll fix those, and then I'll fix these areas where I screwed it up. But other than that, unless there's like a glaring mistake, that's gonna call it, or I'm gonna call it done after that and wrap it up. I figure I've got like 4 more days of this project before I need to get to this project, right? I really want to finish that one. So I think that will be really cool. Ordered through the app? Thanks. Hey, thank you. Thank you, random citizen. So I don't know what the payout is for pliers from Amazon. And I don't know who made like my one and only purchase so far through the Amazon affiliate program. Which reminds me, if you are a creator of any kind, and I need to do this too, right? You need to have multiple ways for people to support you, right? Like having a list of things that I'm an Amazon affiliate for, right, is one of many ways in which viewers can support me, right? I see a lot of creators have like a Ko-Fi. You buy them a coffee. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Which is cool. I'm going to add that to my list of ways for, if people don't want to purchase something from the store, but they don't want to send 500 roses through TikTok because TikTok takes half of it, right? But they want to be like, yeah, I'll throw this guy $5 or whatever. But yeah, Amazon affiliates, a Ko-Fi, and I'm not an expert. Like I said, my Amazon affiliate link has garnered me 81 cents so far. So it's nothing to write home about. But between that and what I've made off TikTok, I think I've made like a whole $10 off TikTok. So, but if I didn't have it set up, it wouldn't. I wouldn't have that $10. Do I have PayPal? I do have PayPal. Yeah, the only one I don't have is like Cash App. I've got most payment processors. I should link it in TikTok, maybe. Well, yeah, but that's like what the Ko-Fi is for. That's what I'm saying. Right? Should I throw PayPal in there as well? PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. It's like, because I get not wanting to go and spend money on a piece of clothing that you can't test, you can't size it or wear it before you purchase it, right? I understand that. More than most, because I really have to... It's a gamble whenever I order clothes online. So I'm a fat guy. Oh, you meant in the Mailworks app? Oh, okay. I gotcha. Not a terrible idea. Throw it in there. Yeah, I actually need to do some work on the Mailworks app because my icons are all screwed up. And there's some other features, just information that should be in there. I'll get to it. Apple is still being a pain in my butt, so we might be down on Apple here in a couple days. Yeah, you have the same problem, and your wife likes buying you clothing gifts through Shine? Yeah. It's like, I always order everything like one size up. Because I am fatter in real life than I am in my mind. Does that make sense? I'm not as skinny as I'd like to think I am. Yes, it does, because same, yeah. No, I get it. So, yeah. Anyway, I need to provide people with a way in which they can support me while also not having to worry about, you know, because sometimes you don't want to buy a shirt, right? Who doesn't want a chainmail themed jersey, though? Honestly. All right. Okay. One row green, and this one is done. I'm excited to just be done with this project. It is a frustrating project, you know, having to, like, when I say 2 rings forward, 3 rings back, I mean that literally, right? There's probably not a single ring in here that wasn't opened back up and, you know, changed its location. All because I didn't, you know, all because I freehanded it, right? What am I doing? That is not the right color. Like that right there. But, okay, so it's frustrating to work on because I have to move every ring twice at a minimum. Many times, more often than that, right? Along with that comes the fact that, okay, I have the mental strength to endure going through this arduous process of putting this together, despite all the challenges it came with. So, I mean, that's a nice reality. It builds character. And after finishing this, I have plenty of character. For sure. Got character coming out my nose. But I know that I'm going to have projects in the future that are going to be as tough to get through as this one is, so. All right. Uh-oh. What has happened? Okay, well, that seems like an easy fix. The other day I did this and I screwed it up and I had to take apart a whole... Oh, crap. Ruh-roh. I'm off by 1 row. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, I don't think this is too hard of a thing to fix. But this is this is what I'm talking about. I'm adjusting everything by 1 row, which is like something I shouldn't have missed when I was putting this back together, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Just more character development. Right? Am I an affiliate on Twitch? No, I'm not. I've never had enough subscribers, and because I stream to multiple platforms, I've never had the goal of becoming an affiliate. I stream to Twitch because I know that there are people on there that occasionally pop in. I've never had any designs to get popular on there. There was like, okay, there were a bunch of creators I was following over on Twitch. And now they don't stream there at all anymore. There was like this huge issue with Twitch as a platform. What have I done? Don't tell me I just moved all those for no reason. Or that I did it backwards. Oh. Okay, where am I? You're using this because TikTok is being stupid? Yeah. Well, and it should be... Okay. So I've got the hardline. I've got my computer hardlined in. So Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, they should all have really good resolution and everything. They should be working just fine, right? Whereas TikTok is on my phone. That's the whole issue with the stream key. So I get a stream key so I can use my computer to stream to TikTok. So that all, so that I can take advantage of having my computer on a landline and the upload speed. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the whole TikTok stream key thing. So hopefully we get it fixed so that the resolution on there is better soon, and no one has any issues ever again. Did we fix it? Yes? Oh, I think that worked. Maybe not. What is going on here? Okay, this is... No, it's on your end. You can't comment on live streams? No idea why. Oh, okay. Please tell me that's all it is. It's 10:10. A little later than normal, but that's okay. I just want to get this back together. Yeah, see? Well, there's an extra ring up there. Okay, I might not be able to fix this tonight. It would help if I knew what I was doing. Alright, that's going to take too long to fix tonight, but I see where I screwed up. Alright, it's okay. It's still coming along. That line that I was just working on, right here, it still looks a lot better just straight. Right, straight out. So I've got this one to do. Right, I'll fix that one tomorrow. There's probably one or two others roaming around somewhere, but... All the knot work is done. It's just finessing the two knots on the side. This one right here, and that one. Kind of make them look a little more similar. So then fill it in with green, make the loops across top, and it's done. We'll be done, like done before you know it. So, alrighty, everyone. For anyone just who's been hanging out and you like what you see, you're like, cool, chainmail. I want to learn how to do that. In the link tree in my bio is the Mailworks app. It's got lists of where to find chainmail ring suppliers, where to find tutorials on how to make stuff, a tool suggestion list, and where to find where other chainmail artists hang out online. Right? So if you're interested in getting started, download the Mailworks app. There's a Discord in there that you can join. Come and ask questions and come, post your work and get advice. If you want to purchase chainmail, in the Mailworks app is a list of chainmail artists who take requests and have stock stuff already. You should download the app and go check out their websites. If you're interested in owning a piece of chainmail. You can make a lot of stuff with chainmail, and every artist is different. They all come up with their own style and make awesome stuff. If you want to support me, you can go to my website, mailworks.com, and use discount code LIVESTREAM. That's all one word, lowercase, LIVESTREAM, and get 20% off whatever you order today. If you would also go and like all of my social medias, they're listed in the link tree in my bio of my TikTok profile. Excuse me, but I'm the same username on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, X, TikTok, right? Just MAILLEWERX, Mailworks. I'm usually here 8:30 to 10 most nights of the week, just hanging out, making whatever project I'm working on. We are almost done with this one, so this is going to be for the next couple of nights. And then hopefully we'll get to move on to this big cube here that we're working on. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff lined up, both newer projects and old basement projects that need to be done. So, got a lot of stuff to do. Hopefully that will help me have content to stream with every night. So, thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to use discount code LIVESTREAM at mailworks.com. I design and sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories, and that what you purchase on that website helps fund all the stuff we do here. So, thanks so much for hanging out. I'm going to get out of here. I got some stuff to do before I go to bed tonight. You all have a wonderful evening. Oh, excuse me. Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye now.